I'm become more vocal. I think last year he's always been a leader and always been the guy players look up to. I think he just did it more with his play and by example, which is good. But I feel like he's more comfortable in being more of that vocal leader to add to leading by example. And I feel like that's the biggest improvement I've seen from him.
Did you watch the first round of the NFL draft, and what were your emotions like? It was supposed to be this great day for Ole Miss, and the pictures come out, and then the NCAA stuff. Can you describe your emotions that night?
Of course, I was upset and kind of mad about the whole situation, but I didn't let that cloud the happiness I had for those guys that did get drafted. They put a lot of work in to get there, and to have all that stuff come out that night is terrible, and it was bad for them because it shadowed what was really important that night, and it was that their dream came true of becoming an NFL player. So as mad as I was to see all that stuff going on and all that crap, I was more happy for my brothers that where their dreams became true.
What has this offseason been like for y'all, and how have you approached it? How do you guys kind of get past all of the distractions?
We're not worried about it. I've said this plenty of times today. We live inside out. That means that we work for ourselves, we play for ourselves. We wake up every day to better ourselves as people, players, whatever. And we let the outside world see that however they want. They can say whatever they want. We're not going to let it affect us. So we show up to work each and every day, working towards getting to Atlanta and winning winning the SEC championship and winning the national championship. We're not letting all that stuff cloud that get in the way of that.
Does it get tiresome though? I mean, I'm sure you said you were answered a lot of these questions.
Today was the most I've been asked about it, and we're not worried about it, not one bit.
So do you guys talk about it? I mean, the NCAA stuff?
No, sir.
Are you worried about any additional penalties or bowl ban or anything like that?
No, sir. We're worried about Florida State.
How does it feel when your name pops as one of the premier tight ends in the SEC?
It's an honor. I mean, it's an honor, but it's also it's not promised. And it takes a lot of work, and it's going to take more work to sustain that. So it's definitely a blessing to be considered as one of the best in the SEC, and it's going to require a lot of work to sustain that accolade and continue to be great.
Have you set out any goals for yourself? Personal goals that you want to achieve in your final season?
Definitely. I want to win the SEC championship, and I really want to compete and be in consideration for the Mackey Award. That's such a prestigious award for being a tight end, but also it's off the field. It's the community service and the true character of somebody to win that award. It takes a full young man, and that's a huge honor that I would love to receive at the end of the season.
Evan, how do you get?
Things that happened during the draft change the way that you looked at social media or the way that you use social media?
It taught a lot of people a lesson that night. Just the mistake of having all that stuff and letting it get out to the media. But we're taught to we're on a stage where a lot of people are watching us, so we're taught to be careful with what we post and be careful with what we're doing and the people who are around. So that night was a huge. It was a bad night, but it was definitely a learning experience for a lot of people.
Evan, how do you
personally from that night and how you do social media?
No, I never really post that much stuff. I might send out an inspirational tweet every now and then and post a picture on Instagram, but I don't really post that much. So I'm not really a heavy user. I see a lot of stuff, but I don't really post that many things.
Evan, how do you guys have to replace the production of a guy like Laquan and what all he provided for you guys?
That's in recruiting. We've been really successful in recruiting with Coach Freeze being here. And it's time for a lot of those guys that were obviously to step up. And we have guys like Van Jefferson, DeMarcus Lodge, Quincy Borjo's ready to take on a larger role. And when we have the talent, it's got to put the ball down and do it. So Laquan was a huge piece gone, and he was a one-of-a-kind player, but you have a lot of talent and a lot of young guys ready to step up and take on a larger role.
Do you have the confidence in Quincy and String to be able to kind of take that over? And
Definitely. They know what's ahead of them. They know what they have to do, and they've been the hardest working, and they've become leaders in that room as well. String is pretty much a senior, so So and Quincy's a senior, so they're definitely the leadership in that room, and they're working the hardest, and I see them working, and they're both ready to have a big year.
Is there a different kind of sense of urgency with them, knowing that they're have to step in at that spot now?
I wouldn't say sense of urgency. I just think it's something that they're ready to take head on, ready to get going. I don't think it's like a panic or worry about filling a certain amount of shoes or filling a gap. They're just ready. They're just working to step up and make big plays and be that spark for offense.
Auburn